Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about a type of relationship that so many people experience. It's this incredibly magnetic, really intense, but often just deeply painful dynamic. You know the one, that feeling of being pulled in close, only to be pushed right back out, again and again.
I mean, does that question hit home for you? That feeling of a relationship that just runs hot and cold. One minute the connection feels absolutely electric, and the next, it's just frustratingly distant. It's a really exhausting cycle, and today we're going to unpack the mechanics behind it.
And honestly, this quote from our source material just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures what this feels like. It is passionate, it is fiery. There's something real and intense there, for sure. But in the end, it's painfully unfulfilling, and it can leave you both feeling completely misunderstood and, well, pretty alone. So, what is really going on under the surface here? Well, it turns out this isn't just some random drama or bad luck. There's actually a well established psychological framework that helps us make sense of all this chaos, and it's called attachment theory. Now, what's so fascinating about this theory is how it connects our past to what's happening right now. You see, our very first relationships, the ones we had with our parents or caregivers, they basically created a blueprint, a kind of map for how we expect love and connection to work as adults. And often, that's the very same map we're still using today. So in this dynamic, you've got two key players. On one side, you have the anxious partner. They really crave closeness, and they're almost always looking for reassurance. Asking, are we okay? Are we good? On the other side, you have the avoidant partner. They really value their independence, and they often need a lot of space to feel comfortable. So what happens? Well, the more the anxious partner pushes for that closeness, the more the avoidant partner feels smothered and instinctively pulls away.
But here's the thing. This whole dynamic goes way deeper than just someone being needy or someone being distant. To really get it, we have to look at the absolute core reason why this is happening.
And this is probably the most important shift in thinking we can make. It's so easy to take all this personally, right? To think, oh, my partner just doesn't love me enough, or I guess I'm just too much for them. But this isn't really about a lack of love. It's about a clash of two really powerful, unconscious, and completely opposite fears.
And here they are, side by side. These two fears fuel the entire push and pull. The anxious partner's engine is running on a deep fear of abandonment. Every text, every call for reassurance is trying to quiet that little voice inside that's just begging, please don't leave me. Meanwhile, the avoidant partner's engine runs on the fear of engulfment, of being controlled, of losing themselves. So their withdrawal is just a defense mechanism against a voice that's screaming, please don't smother me. And the tragic part? The more they each try to soothe their own fear, the more they trigger the other person's. It's a perfect, painful loop. Okay, so I know this can all sound pretty heavy. We've laid out the problem, we've kind of diagnosed the pattern, but the most important part of this whole thing is realizing you are not doomed to repeat this forever. There is a way out. There's a path to breaking this painful cycle. So how do you do it? It really comes down to three big steps. First, just learn the language. Having words like anxious and avoidant lets you step back and see what's happening without all the blame. Second, gain some insight. Get curious about your own past and how it might have shaped you. And third, and this one is the real game changer, you have to choose a new response. When you feel that old familiar urge to either chase or to pull away, you can recognize it for what it is, an echo from the past, and consciously choose to do something different. And this is so important to hear. Understanding all this doesn't automatically mean the relationship is doomed or you have to break up. None at all. The real goal is healing. It's about shining a light on these old patterns so you can stop playing out old childhood wounds in your adult life. It's about creating a totally new and much more secure way of being with each other. So we want to leave you with this question. We've basically handed you a map, right? We've laid out the pattern, the fears underneath, and the first few steps you can take. And once you can see the pattern, you're no longer completely trapped by it. You have a choice. So the real question is, what will you choose to do next?